Adam here from the KP Movement Institute, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about self-myofascial release with the foam roll. So the foam roll is a really versatile tool. This can be used prior to sessions, within sessions, and even after sessions as well to improve recovery. And there's really three main things that this foam roll is going to assist with. One is aiding in fluid movement out of tissues and bringing in fresh new fluid. So when we compress the tissue, you can think of it as a sponge. I'm squeezing out any stagnant water or lymphatic fluids, blood that has kind of been trapped or stuck in areas, and it's pushing that back towards the heart, and then new fluid is then able to come in and nutrients are able to come into the area. The other thing I'm going to do is something called autogenic inhibition. So it's neuromodulation of tone. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to down-regulate some muscles that may be facilitated due to injury or compensations, and that's something that this foam roll is going to be able to assist with as well. And then finally, getting a little bit of movement between the different layers of tissues. So between the muscle and the fascial layers that sit above and intertwine all those muscular tissues. It helps with those gliding surfaces. And so this is going to help improve just the feeling of movement, the ease of movement, as well as awaken that nervous system as well. So the three techniques that we're going to look at are just rolling, as you would traditionally think of, are crossing, and then pinning as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lay out the foam roll, and we're going to use the calf as our example today, but this can be used on a lot of the larger muscle groups within the body. And I'm going to start distally. So I'm going to start furthest away from the heart, and I'm going to work my way up. A few things is I'm never going to be going over a joint itself, and I'm not going to be doing ligaments because I'm really not going to get any effect from that. So I'm going to start where the muscle in the posterior calf starts, that soleus at the bottom, and I'm going to be rolling up and down. Now this first technique, this first rolling technique is really just exploratory. So you can start with your foot on the ground if it's really sore. You can add, bring the leg off the ground, or you can even cross it over if you want to add extra pressure here. And so we're just going to cross this over, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to roll nice and slowly from the bottom of that calf to the top of that calf, up and down, and I can rotate a little bit to get to the outside, and I can also rotate to get to the inside. And all I'm doing, this is really flushing out some of that fluid, but it's our exploratory process. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just being mindful of any areas in that calf that feel more sensitive or more tender than other areas, because that's where I'm going to want to go to in order to aid in tissue movement as well as down-regulate or neuromodulate that tone. So I noticed a spot just about halfway up on that lateral gastroc, and so I'm going to sit here with some pressure. And I'm going to sit here for about 10 seconds, and I'm going to do some crossing while I'm here. So just nice and slow, back and forth. So instead of rolling up and down, I'm going to be actually going back and forth perpendicular to the muscle itself. And then I'm going to find the most sore spot there, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add movement. So now I'm going to actually have this calf, I'm going to go into plantar flexion and then pull up into dorsiflexion. So I'm pinning the tissues underneath and getting a little bit more motion there. And I'm going to do this 3 to 5 times here in this position, and then I'm going to roll, find another spot, and then I'm going to do the same thing up and down in that position. And as I said, this can be used on the calf, hamstring, the lateral thigh, so the IT band, quadricep, adductors, thoracic and lumbar extensors, your lats, all those big muscle groups this can be used on in order to get some movement into those spaces and help to improve performance. So grab your foam roll, try out some of those protocols. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time.